All right, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is, nigga. It's Spruce. That's who it is. BDS. Yeah, if you know, you know. But shit, we got a different video. Hold on. We already reacted to that one. I don't know how many of y'all are like Marvel slash MCU fans. I'm a Marvel fan. I think okay, there's a difference between being a Marvel fan and an MCU fan. MCU fan, you only watch the movies. Marvel fan, you read the comics or you are like in tune with the comics. I didn't read the comics, but I always watched like YouTube videos breaking down the comics growing up. So I was familiar with like how different the movies were from the comics and like the little Easter eggs and stuff. Shout out New Rock Stars. Shout out Colton Ogburn. Shout out Heavy Spoilers. Shout out Screen Crush. Those who I watched. Anybody with New Rock Stars, Eric Voss, Jessica. Shout out y'all, man. Y'all was a part of my childhood and my come up, and y'all still a part of my adulthood. But as y'all know, in the new Spider-Man, it drops the end of July, man. I'm not gonna say more excited because I'm excited for Doomsday. But I haven't been watching no Doomsday leaks or like nothing because I'm just wanting to see the movie how it is. Like I don't want to get spoiled at all. Y'all know they've been spoiling the scripts and the scenes. It's pissing me off. So I'm not gonna watch nothing on Doomsday or nothing on Secret Wars until they come out. But Spider-Man, y'all know we got the Incredible Hulk, not the Incredible Hulk back and angry. I ain't gonna lie, I was hating on Professor Hulk, but when I watched Endgame back, he was necessary. Like they needed Professor Hulk to get that movie through. I ain't gonna lie. Like we could be mad that the Hulk got beat up by Thanos and didn't come back out, but they needed Professor Hulk to make Endgame work because they didn't really have no other geniuses besides Tony Stark and Bruce Banner. But we gonna watch this breakdown, y'all, of the scenes with the Hulk that's coming out in the movie because I don't mind a few spoilers of Spider-Man. I still don't know who the villain is and all that, but if y'all mess with the MCU content, if you a nerd, if you a geek, whatever, like if you into this type stuff, anime and just all that lore, man. I don't watch anime, but y'all can fill me in on like different anime stuff. But like Marvel, DC, they just dropped the Batman teaser coming out 2028. The Batman dropped 2022, bro. Why is it 6 years for a part two? Who does that? Y'all act like these actors don't fucking age. Like 6 years, nigga. It should be no more than 3 years between two movies if you're making sequels. Like, that's ridiculous, bro. Y'all gotta do better. And that movie better be peak. And I'm thinking it will. But we here right now. Like, comment, subscribe, let's do it.
Spider-Man Brand New Day are so great they're even getting his fingernails in uvula right. I'm Eric Voss of the New Rockstars channel, and we are getting so many new shots of Hulk's fight with Spider-Man and Punisher in Spider-Man Brand New Day. And guys, this all looks incredible. So in this video, we're going to break down all of this new trailer footage and everything new we have learned about this movie. And yes, I'm pulling a Kevin Feige and wearing a hat today because I have an odd sunburn because I forgot to cover this scalp during one of these hot, bright summer days. But one way you can avoid that is by just grabbing a great nerdy hat from our merch store, nerdriot.shop. We got this lightning bolt hat and a lot of other cool, fun designs. A Wayland Yutani trucker hat, sign me up. And speaking of merch, shout out to Blake Russ for rocking one of our Spider-Man designs out in the wild.
That nigga might be zesty.
Thanks, Blake. Also, can I borrow that awesome, huge stainless steel sink?
Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna be right back.
To watch my turkey roasting pan? Okay, last Friday, there was this promo for Spider-Man Brand New Day released via Sony's Korean channel and on other channels in the Asian markets. Roll the clip.
Hi, my name is Peter Parker. We used to know each other. But the truth is, I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man. God, that's cool. Here we go. And sometimes, Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart. Let's end this on a high note, huh?
We've run out of options.
Whoa, In this promo, we see Peter riding the subway, looking over at us as if he's clocking a Ghostface killer in the Scream 6 teaser. Peter, get out of there! Next, we see Peter Parker at his apartment workstation with his fabricator, which I think is the opening shot of the film. Then we see this wider shot of Peter doom scrolling on his phone on his couch. He's wearing the physics are theoretical, but the fun is real shirt that he was wearing in the back of the town car with Tony Stark in Spider-Man Homecoming. But I have to assume that Peter Parker has grown up a bit since he was 16. Maybe he's the kind of guy like I am, and I go to my favorite merch store and I just buy a larger size of the same nerdy shirt. Again, shout out to nerdride.shop. But at his feet, you can see a box of Little Caesars hot and ready pizza. It's a best bang for your buck pizza wise. And Little Caesars is co-sponsoring this movie. They actually partnered with Sony on that Brooklyn event last month. Then we see a reverse shot of Peter jumping off the DODC building as he whips back upward, and he's holding the Shocker Gauntlet, the same one that Herman Schultz and before him Jackson Price used in Spider-Man Homecoming. Then inside of that building, Hulk, still small enough that his pants hang over his calves and his blue sweater has not torn off yet, leaps over Spider-Man, who has whipped a web backward to drag Punisher Frank Castle along the floor underneath to fire his shotgun up at the Hulk. Looks like Frank gets some shots at his midsection and gets one right on his hand. Damn, I asked this in last week's video, but Frank, are you stupid? Stop listening to the ghost of your dead son screaming, "Get him, Daddy!" and picking these kind of fights. There's this new shot of the ninja of the hand throwing his ninja star where Peter dodges it. This would be later in the fight when Peter is unmasked and his spider puberty powers have come out, and he watches that star as it flies past him in slow motion. And then this new shot of Peter facing all the ninjas as they surround him on the floor of this prison location. But then back to Spider-Man with the Shocker Gauntlet doing his leap and punch toward the Hulk. Oh man, I love this. If you look closely, Hulk has been webbed back already to parts of the partially destroyed building on the floors below. Hulk is leaning forward to try to break free of those. And going through it frame by frame, it looks like Hulk breaks free from a web and catches the gauntlet with his now free hand and breaks it. And I think this might be coming after the shots we see of Hulk and Spider-Man battling on the side of this building in this other TV promo. So notice the Shocker Gauntlet is unbroken in these shots, so it kind of seems like Spider-Man and the Hulk are going to fight going down floor by floor of the building. The scaling of the multiple sizes of Hulk that we're going to see in this battle is just really well thought out. Like notice in this close-up of Spider-Man being grabbed from behind, you can see Hulk's thumb on Peter's shoulder, taking up the whole shoulder, and just that dark green thumbnail looks massive on the shoulder. The context of this fight might have been confirmed in the latest Spider-Man and Punisher promo.
Go home, Frank!
You contain it. I go find the source. I take it down. You got it?
Are you just trying to get out of fighting the Hulk?
I guess so.
Yeah, Frank says, you contain it, I go find the source and I take it down. I assume by you contain it, Frank means you contain the Hulk. But what does he mean by the source? We were assuming that Bruce Banner hulking out was caused by his bracelet tech getting damaged, but it also sounds like Sadie Sink's character is occupying Bruce Banner's body and involved in this process somehow. Maybe at this point in the movie, they just think that this is all coming from some mysterious source before they realize it's an actual person out there doing this, or an actual mutant out there doing this. In this promo's insert close-up of the Hulk roaring, I think this is the first time we get to see Hulk's uvula dangling around in there. Like, of course he would have one, but I just like the detail that some VFX animator had to actually make this.
Real quick, we want to thank Temu for sponsoring today's video. We've been working with
Hey, shout out Jessica Clemens. I've been, you know what I mean? Like, she a baddie for sure, and she a little nerd. Like, that's what I like. If it, and she a little BBW. That's what I like. If it, Jessica Clemens. If you ever see this, I need y'all to run this video up for that reason. If she ever see this, I need that, shorty. You see the mask? I know you got one at home. We can make something shake. You feel?
Temu for to the search, enter the code, and producer you'd rather into the search bar and QR code on the screen. And don't forget, $0 items with the code KJR4459 and $100 coupon bundle with the code KJZ9524. Thanks again to Temu for sponsoring today's video.
Now, in the shot at the end of this promo, over the coming soon text, we see Peter lifting his mask to sip coffee as Frank shakes his head in judgment. I guess Peter is trying to maintain his anonymity around Frank, and Frank thinks that's dumb. Frank is a very public vigilante who was recently hunted by the authorities of New York in Daredevil Born Again Season 2, and now in this movie, Spider-Man is one of those vigilantes that Mayor Fisk referenced in his inaugural speech, now getting a key to the city by the next mayor, Sheila Rivera. And in this shot, Spider-Man and Frank are on board Frank's ship, the Golden Girl. And there is a photo pinned on the wall showing the Statue of Liberty. In the photo, the statue has its original green oxidized color that we know it to have in our world, before its restoration in Spider-Man No Way Home. There was also a social promo that included this very brief clip that appeared to show Ned and MJ frozen in that state of paralysis from Sadie Sink's character, and a single tear drops from MJ's eye. And you can also see, I think for the first time, the source of that psychic shockwave on that Roosevelt Island DODC facility across the river. A fiery orange dome spreads out. I think this is our clearest visual evidence that Sadie Sink is playing Jean Grey. Last weekend at Shanghai's Bilibili.
So what y'all think about Sadie Sink playing Jean Grey? I fuck with Jean Grey. She's one of my favorite characters. And if y'all don't know, the X-Men are my favorite superhero group. Magneto is my favorite villain. Wolverine is one of my favorite heroes. Top 3. Wolverine, Iron Man. We're going to get into that later. Wait, let's finish it. We're going to get into
World event, Kevin Feige indicated that he wanted to introduce the female characters first in his mutant saga.
Marvel is 90 years old. There are so many great female characters, and some of my favorite female characters are in a group called the X-Men, and the X-Men are coming up very, very soon.
Yeah, it really feels like Kevin Feige is just itching to just tell us that Sadie Sink is Jean Grey in the next MCU movie that's coming out.
How?
This was the same panel appearance where Kevin Feige seemed to be very eager to drop hints about Spider-Man Brand New Day, specifically confirming the rumor that Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova will be in the film.
If you're a fan of Yelena, wait until Avengers Doomsday. Yelena plays a big part in
Man, fuck Yelena. Shout out to Florence Pugh, though.
that. But if you don't want to wait until then, you might see Yelena a little bit sooner in the movies.
Now, whether it's the rumored scene where Yelena and Peter see each other without clothes, we will see. The last promo that we have to look at was this fuller clip of Peter trying to demonstrate a vaccination in front of the kids.
Spider-Man's here today to show us all that needles are nothing to be afraid of.
What?
That's his cuticle. It's like a shell.
Yeah, I'm not a spider. I'm Spider-Man. Man is the main part.
Spiders have 3 life cycles. Have you shut up your old skin yet?
Ugh.
It's probably spider puberty.
What? No. Okay, kids, I gotta go fight bad guys. Eat your vegetables and stay safe.
Spider-Man, Brand New Day, rated PG-13.
There's that spiders have 3 life cycles line again that we heard from Keith David's voiceover narration in the first trailer in March. While spiders do not have 3 distinct life cycles or even 3 distinct life stages the way insects do, they do molt, as this girl suggests, shedding their outer shells, also known as their cuticles, as they grow. Peter leaves these kids by saying, "Eat your vegetables and stay safe," which reminds me of this moment in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 in 2004.
You know, eat your green vegetables.
That's what my mom is always saying.
Even the advice that this Peter gives kids seems to be an adaptation that he learned from the behavior of his variants in No Way Home. But what do you think is the source of the Hulk hulking out in this sequence? Comment down below, and a special thanks to one of our In Our Underground subscribers.
All right, y'all. So first I want to speak on Spider-Man. So a lot of people hate on Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I think it's just mainly because he had the help of like Iron Man and the superheroes in his movies to like push it. But I think by the end of Tom Holland's overall run as Spider-Man, he's going to be the undisputed best Spider-Man. I think he's going to put the most work into it. He's already had 3 movies, and I think he's going to have another trilogy. He's putting in the most work, y'all. Respect it. He loves the character of Spider-Man. And when he was in like Civil War and he had like Iron Man and stuff with him, he was bumping with the likes of Captain America and Falcon, and we got to see him fight amongst other heroes, fight with them and against them. And now we're gonna see him. I think this Spider-Man is gonna be peak. I think this is gonna be the best Spider-Man movie. Like, regardless if it has other heroes in it, I don't care. I think y'all just hold on to Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and they were great Spider-Man. And Tobey Maguire, those were some amazing movies, for sure. Especially them first 2. Those were 2 of the best superhero movies ever. But I'm telling y'all got to let go of the past. Tom Holland about to pop his shit. But what I was saying about heroes and villains, comment down below who's y'all top 3 favorite heroes, top 3 favorite villains. My top 3 villains, Thanos movie, MCU. Thanos, Magneto. I don't know, but Magneto is one of my favorite characters. And then they just announced Adam Driver's gonna be playing him. What y'all feel about that? I think that's perfect casting. Magneto is super hard. And then my favorite heroes, Black Panther, Wolverine, Iron Man. Iron Man just became my favorite hero because I had to go back and watch the movies, and Robert Downey Jr. really made Iron Man a household name. Like Iron Man, he get money, number one, he get bitches. He put the bitches to the side, he bagged Pepper Potts, made her a wife. He pop his shit. He always slick to the mouth, popping his shit. He never ducks a fade. Once I saw him in Civil War bumping with Captain America and Bucky, got jumped and was putting in real work. And then he ran the ones with Thanos in Infinity War, ran the ones and made him bleed. I said, oh, nah, this nigga got it. Shout out to Iron Man. Shout out to Robert Downey Jr. He's my favorite hero. Anybody who agrees, man, comment down below, man, y'all favorite heroes. Yeah, if you a comic nerd, if this what you love, bro, this the channel for you. I'm telling you. Shout out to New Rockstars. I want to show y'all something before we go to. Y'all couldn't see it because when I turned the light off, the motherfucker. So y'all telling me that shit not hard? Any nigga say that shit not hard, you a hating ass bitch ass nigga. Get on that. That shit hard as fuck. But all right, like, comment, subscribe, y'all. We on to the next.